Hold up, large enough, man. Hold up, boom, boom. Let's see. Maybe I give it right here. The Iroquois language. It's a term from the Iroquois language meaning. Oh, well, it don't say what it means. Just gave tar ar guy gi. I be fucking up the tar. Can you see that?
I can't see it.
Man, that's all I got. Hold on. It says it's an Iroquois language word, which means hold up,
Oh,
those who
Saragi.
live in the cave. Those who live in the cave.
Saragi. That's what they
Yeah,
call them.
Saragi, for those who live in the cave.
Ain't that something?
Yeah,
Now, you know the cave was the Pueblo villages on the side of the mountains.
yeah. Those and like those
Grottos is what it's called.
Yeah, you want me to pull a picture up of that so they can see it?
You can pull up the meaning of the word grotto.
Okay, let's do that.
It's Grotto.
Grotto. All right, grotto. Grotto. Let's see. Okay, let me just type in the meaning of the word grotto. See if that pulls it. Caves. It says an artificial structure made to resemble a natural cave.
Now pull up the Pueblo village.
All right. I know I looked up Pueblo yesterday. It means village, just like you said.
They keep saying that we just disappeared. We didn't fucking disappear. They just paper genocided us and said we came on slave ships.
What's up with Pueblo? Oh, these are $5 Indian. These $5 Indian tribes, the Cherokee, the Pablo. See, I knew that.
They made up names. That's why I'm pointing this shit out, because they made it. They telling you the tribe whose name they was covering up.
Right here, go pictures. You want to see the read up on them?
Go second row, far right.
Okay, hold on. Go back. Second row, far right. All right, right here. The pictures right here. We downloaded these pictures.
Yeah, that right there. That's it.
Uh-huh.
We had villages like this. You know, when it's hundreds, it's 100 and something
Grand
degrees.
Canyon.
It's 100 and something degrees, man. Those caves right there got air conditioning in them.
Yep, that's right.
They automatically air conditioned. That's why we live there. But when our brethren said there's a war going on in the land of the flowers, pull up a map of Florida and put the year 1400 behind it. Raphael, we know that the slaves that came on the ships, and we know who they was and who they wasn't. We know that it wasn't until the Berlin Conference did they divide Africa and invade Africa, but they was already invading us at that time. And we already know that they rewrote the history to control the narrative that we ain't shit, ain't been shit, ain't gonna be shit. So I'm here to tell y'all that we took all that shit that we ain't gonna be, wasn't gonna become, and we turned that shit into fertilizer and raised up on their ass and rose from the concrete, motherfucker. Fuck my tattered goddamn motherfucking leaves, bitch. I rose.
You like that one right there?
It's going all the way to Louisiana. You see, that's where the drain to the Mississippi River is on the far left side of the picture.
Right here.
Right. Now, all of that's Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But now part of it is Georgia, Alabama, and Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
That was the land of the flowers before the settlers came. We had forest trees was down there. There's none in the Amazon rainforest to rival them.
Yeah, tropical area, yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of trees there. The trees, the women used to decorate the trees with vines that grew flowers. At the top of the trees, right? And they used to use the trees they used to carve flower pots in them and grow vegetation so they don't have to come out of the treetops.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fire.
Those are called the Skywalker clans. That's who they got Luke Skywalker name from. The Zulu means Skywalkers. Let's go to Google. Let's look up what the meaning of Zulu is.
All right, I got you.
You had Skywalker clans all around the world. Their color is generally pale blue. We're going to show y'all some treetop villages before we get out of here because we need to know the topography that I'm talking about. But first is a certain little stuff that you got to know what you're looking at. What we pulling up now, Elder?
Mean the Zulu.
Okay.
The word literally means people of the sky.
There you go.
Damn. Yeah.
They mirror clan over here is called Hopi.
Yep, the Hopi. There you go, right here.
Okay, now go back to Google.
Look, they got the same clothes on as the Hopi right here. These Zulu. Or the Zulu got the same as them, the same people, right? All right, let's go back to Google.
No, they mirror clans. They're not the same people. They mirror.
Yeah, right. That's right. That's right. Go ahead. Where you want me to go now?
Okay, now pull up Treetop Village. They still got some.
It's a game banger called the Pyrus and
Pyru, Treetop Pyrus.
Yeah, Treetop Pyrus. That's them. They come from that shit too.
Yep. The name is all tied back to the tribal meaning of who they are.
Damn, that's crazy. Treetop, these guys right here. What you want me to pull up right here? This right here.
The third picture at the top from the left.
Okay, how let me get them. Let me save it in there.
All the way to the top row. Third picture right from the left. I think that. No,
right
that
there.
ain't them. They got scaffolding.
Right here.
They got those are huts. These are some of the treetop villages. Okay? So we gonna get a couple of different pictures. Let's say huts. Save that picture and how you put it in something else.
Okay. So
next, treetop village scaffold. SCAFFOLD.
Oh, maybe hold on. That's what I might chop in wrong. Village. Okay, now let's try it. Okay,
I wanted to get an idea. See how they walking through them treetops like that?
Yeah.
These are Skywalker clans. These ancient Skywalker clans.
Yeah. Okay, all right, go ahead, man.
Now, a lot of us don't know it, but the California redwood, there was trees that made them look little. That right there.
Right there.
That's how we lived in the villages and the treetops.
A car can drive through one of those trees in California. That's how big they is. You can drive.
Yeah, those are little trees compared to what used to be here. These villages. We want them to see these villages in the treetops because this was what was in Florida. This is the stuff. These was all down in Louisiana. This one right here. These was all down in Louisiana. That's up in the bayou. That's what they used to look like. Similar to that. This is a different architectural style. This look more Asian than ours. Yeah, but to give people an understanding of how we was living in Florida before they started them big ass forest fires and shit to burn us out in war.
Like this. So the deer stand idea and all that come from this shit. Like, hold on, right here, like this right here, paint. It's a good paint right here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go pull the pictures up so we can get a good look at them.
Okay, I got you.
You know, this is what the land was like in the South. This was extended. You used to be able to walk from Louisiana to the Florida Keys in the treetops like this without never touching the ground.
Damn.
These was the huts that they had in top. These look like that the people moved out and they since became overgrown.
Yeah, that's right.
But this is huts that they used to live in huts like this all through Florida.
I never heard of the treetop people, man. This shit is fire. This shit is fire.
Southern Georgia, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana. We had people living in villages like this when the settlers came.
This shit is fire, bro.
Let's look at some more pictures. Let's go through them. Right? This is how we would connect family structures together. Like the ones on the left and the right, those might be living quarters, but this might be the community eating cafeteria and shit. Yeah. Right. Because when they cook food, they had a controlled location to cook so they didn't catch nothing on fire. And they had been doing this shit for thousands of years.
Yeah.
They never burnt us up. The women never burnt, they never caused forest fires. They probably did in the early days. But we was up in the treetops for thousands of years. That's why Pyru is a Crip motherfucking with the U on his side spelled backwards. They telling you what the fuck these motherfuckers did. This Tukey people. Those are another one. Let's look at another one.
The treetop Pyrus, man. They don't even know that I hope some treetop Pyrus watching this shit to say, damn, we probably didn't even know their history. They don't even know that shit about their history.
Listen, Tukey is what you call a double-headed king. When he started the Crips, him and Raymond Washington, by default, it made the Bloods form. So they became the mirror opposites of each other, destined to clash until Tukey can straighten it out. He got to make amends with the Red House. You see, this was how we used to, this was normal. This was a normal trip to probably to the little village school or something. Well, we didn't call them schools, but to the village training grounds. Mama walking the baby, Pop's following them. He finna make a left to go to the hunting park, and she finna make a right, take the children where they finna go and sit with the elders and learn their lessons for the day.
Now, what you said made us want to go become Skywalkers, like some of the clans?
We just naturally gravitated toward living in nature, with nature, off nature.
Yeah, stop walking on the ground, pretty much.
Well, no, it wasn't to stop walking on the ground, right? It was just, it was like some people live in skyscrapers, some people live in a ranch house.
Okay.
This is what it is. So now, all of the peoples that have the attraction to the skyscraper, they don't get the view that these people get. With they, right. So they became Skywalkers. They come down out of the trees, but they do it on their terms for ritual purposes. As in, they might come down for grounding rituals. I'm gonna go get some drink.
Oh yeah, hey, you dropping some juice, because I ain't never heard of the like I heard terms flew around like Skywalker this, Skywalker that, but I ain't never make a connection with there was some of our native tribes who actually went up in trees and started connecting these Skywalkers together and all their huts, and they make a lot of sense, man. It's a whole bunch of shit just going on through my mind on other shit that I knew that I didn't put together about these people living up in these trees.
So I'm gonna do invites again. Just give people that was in the chance to come in, and then some of the newer people will be getting the invites, because they only let me do 50 invites. They should just let me invite my whole following by one button that say invite all followers, and that would be too much like right for Instagram to do that, or Facebook bitch asses, Meta World. They on that meta bullshit that turns out to be some mega bullshit, and it all stink to me. But who am I? I'm just one motherfucker crying in the wilderness like John the motherfucking madman, trying to get motherfuckers to see what's going on in front of them. So we're gonna take questions. So if y'all not gonna ask questions about men in the matriarchy, y'all gonna have to catch another time, and I'm gonna exit you out because I want to get this hour in of answering questions more to roles of being in the matriarchy to get more detailed with the information than I was in the last video. So I'm almost to my limit of people I can invite, and then I'm gonna take the first caller, right? So elevated by C asks, should the matriarch be set up according to craft? The matriarch is set up. Okay, first, matriarchs are established among women. The men don't pick the matriarchs pick each other. And the one who get the most matriarchal support from other matriarchs become the lead matriarch. And her supporters also got supporters. So it's a trickle down. And this what we call a pyramid model for government that overrides this jurisdiction, because the first right to the earth is to the women, and this is why the 5% nation called the women earths. This they shit. The mitochondrial is in the soil, and women control mitochondrial by reaching the love frequency and the angel frequency, which raises the male's mitochondrial in their presence. So the more good women that's around a male, the better of a male he'll be as a man. When that's how he becomes his divine masculine self, by being approved by men and women. Most loved, most respected is the rule. The one that's the most loved and the most respected is the one that the people that's loving and respecting him is pushing for to be their guy in this battle. So I'm gonna take the first caller in right here. The magic touch. That's to me, or a motherfucking acupressure system. The magic touch. Hey, look who I got here. You always make me smile when I see you.
You always make me smile when I see you. Can you hear
me? That's what my boy Rashad called reflections.
Oh. I'm glad I caught you because, and I'm not going to hold you, I just wanted to, first of all, thank you so much. You are really heaven sent, for real. And second of all, how are we dealing as women and raising the matriarchy? How are we supposed to deal with these people that even look like us but aren't us, and moving them out? Right.
Y'all only have to weed out the women. Y'all gonna know them. All of them riding crotch bitches, no good. Y'all know them. They can't get along with no woman, no way.
They can't.
So y'all deal with the women. Who your witnesses? That means that all of the chiefs always have a witness to.
Okay, y'all, we having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm sure he'll dial back in. Are you enjoying this? I know you are. I am. I'm absolutely enjoying this interview. So let me see. Where are you, Rod? Nope, you're right. They don't want this information out because it is absolutely critical even to us, our empowerment. For us to go to that higher level together, we have to also go to a higher level individually. And when we can get rid of the fear of, here it comes, let me get you back in. There you are. All right.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know what, I mean, you said, I guess this is too powerful.
Well, so at this
point, you go to LA about the Crips, and that's what.
Yeah, so they always ask you who a witness to your work in order to solidify what your status is on the land. That's different from the mainstream cultural norm. So the culture that we use is somebody always have to be a witness that you about what you say you about, that you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do the way you said you was gonna do it. So they call that a witness to your work. every step of the way, I'm one of the most scrutinized people when I look back on the history, because I done been under review since I was, look, when my mama used to go to all these different churches and tents and trailer parks and basements, when I remember being an iron baby, and she passed me around to all these old ladies. They be old as hell. Some of them dip snuff, and they be saying, oh yeah, Shady, it's your one right here. I don't know what they talking about, but I can still remember they chatter.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
know,
he's like, you've been under evaluation since you came out the gate.
right. And it wasn't until in the last 3 years of doing this work, I realized that I couldn't even be here if somebody didn't conjure me up. I have to be conjured up to come into the physical world by a group of people. One tribe cannot conjure me up. All of the tribes have to agree, because they don't know how I'm gonna behave when they conjure me up. And so they have to put me through cycles of training to temper my temperament so that I can have enough self-control to be useful. Otherwise, I'd be useless to the collective, and I'd be useful to some tyrants. Right?
So when you decided to do what you were doing, to take it on like you have, with your whole heart and soul into this, it was it back in 2008 when you came? Or because personally, I just discovered you this year. Video popped up, and it was this year, and I was like, who is this man? And I said, he's a record keeper. Remember when I first? And so I tried to contact you, or I wanted to contact you, and then I said, I'm gonna interview him one day, and then you saw Grand Sheik and I doing a live in the park, and you reached out, and then I didn't believe it was you. But I'm just saying, I'm like, where'd he come from? But you didn't just start doing this, obviously. But when did folks start noticing you, that from your perspective, the way you're noticed now?
Over the last 3 years mostly, but there were certain people in certain places who knew where I've been and what I've been doing since birth.
Okay.
Been getting reports every step of the way. When I make mistakes, I don't let other people pay for my mistakes. That was a rare quality. But none of them believed that I was ready, because they didn't realize how.
Got you blocked. I mean, break it up again. And it could be your internet. Maybe it's the speed on your phone. Can you hear me? It'll be back there, y'all. Yeah, I know why. I know why. And you would think we were saying something wrong and something crazy, but what we're saying is true.